the imagination, you understand, is a complement. It complements the deficiency in the five senses. And itself, the imagination is deficient and limited. That's why in Arabic they say, Fattah wa shaf ad-dik. They said a person was blind and then he got his sight back. And when he opened his eyes, he saw a rooster. You know the rooster? And then he became blind again. So what picture he has in mind? Rooster. Anytime he hears the people talking, he asks, is it like the rooster? Because what he has in mind, only the rooster. That's why if a person who is blind, can you explain to him the colors? He's genius. But can you explain to him the color? Can you tell him the milk is white? The white is the color of the milk. You cannot. Why? You don't have any reference. You have to have a reference to compare things. For instance, you say, it is hot. It is cold. Because you have something you refer it to. Oh, I give you picture of someone, your friend. So, oh, but he has changed. He is not looking, because you have a picture stored and you are comparing this to it. You understand? So, we didn't see Allah. Can we imagine Allah? So, my dear brothers and sisters, in a nutshell, when you read the Asma and Sifat of Allah, you accept them as He said about Himself, and in the light of there is nothing like Him. There is nothing like Him at all. And He is all hearer, all seer. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase our knowledge in the deen, and may Allah keep us on the straight path, and may Allah guide all the Muslims to the right path. Ameen. And may Allah reward all of you brothers and sisters for your patience and attendance. Barakallahu feekum, jazakumullahu khaira. And if there are some, do you have time? And now we are going to entertain for your questions. Barakallahu feekum. Salaam wa rahmatullah. MashaAllah. Good question. Excellent question. You know what? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَأُتُوا بِهِ مُتَشَابِهًا. In the Jannah, you will have it similar. There is similarity. But the reality is different. For instance, we cannot imagine the khamr of the Jannah. Because we're only going to compare it to the khamr here. The khamr in the dunya, what does it do when you drink it? It knocks you off. It makes you high. It makes you become unconscious. But the Jannah and the khamr in the akhirah, لَذَّةً لِلشَّارِبِينَ. It doesn't intoxicate. The milk in the dunya, if you leave it for a few days, what will happen to it? It stinks. The milk in the akhirah, rivers are flowing. All in the Jannah, only name is common, the name. What is common, the name, milk and milk. But the reality is different. That's why a Bedouin came to the Prophet ﷺ and he heard the Prophet ﷺ saying, in the Jannah, nothing is harmful, nothing hurts. The Bedouin said, no, there is something hurts. He said, what is it? He said, the sidr. Sidr. What is it you call it? In your... Okay. So he said, the sidr has thorns. So in the Jannah, when I want to pick the fruit, it will prick me, and that hurts. You know what he's saying? You, Prophet of Allah, is saying nothing in the Jannah hurts, but there is sidr, and the sidr has thorns. So when I want to pick the fruit, the thorn will prick me. The Prophet smiled, and he told him, didn't you read what Allah said about the sidr in the Jannah? Sidrun makhdud. Thornless sidr. Sidr without thorn. So the sidr in the Jannah is different from the sidr in this. The loot tree in the dunya has thorns. The loot tree in the akhirah has nothing, no thorns. So what is common? Only the name. Khamr, yes, khamr. But how? Different. Honey, honey. But taste different. Milk, milk. Taste different. Only the name is common. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions the names which we know. But the reality of it, we cannot imagine it. We cannot imagine it. That's why in the hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, I have prepared, Allah said, أعددت لعبادي ما لا عين رأت ولا أذن سمعت ولا خطر على قلب بشر. Allah is saying, what I have prepared for my ibad, my servants, no eye has ever seen, no ear has ever heard, no mind has ever thought of. Even the idea didn't cross your mind. So inshallah, when we meet there, inshallah, we'll say to each other, what do you think? Is it like the milk in the dunya or not? You say, no, it's not. Jazakallah khair. Sisters. Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can you repeat, please, slowly, and raise your voice? Okay, I got it. If a woman attains puberty and passes in front of the man who is praying, what will happen? Okay. Now, let's say, address the issue. The Prophet ﷺ said 3 things, they break the salah of a human being or of the man. If a woman who attained puberty passes in front of him, or a dog or a donkey. 3 things. Don't be offended. Aisha herself got offended. Aisha objected. And he said, what's wrong with you? You compare us with the donkeys? And she said, I used to sleep in front of the Prophet ﷺ and he is praying towards me. So she thought that by sleeping in front of him, that will break the prayer. But the ulama, they refuted that. They said, she was sleeping. She was in front of him. She was not moving. And the hadith says, yaqta'. And this is an Arabic fi'l mudara', present tense. So, if she is sleeping in front of you, no problem. But if she passes in front of you, you have to repeat the salah. But, if now in a congregational prayer, and women passed, and there is an imam, and the imam has sutra, then the prayer will not be nullified. Understand? That's why when you are praying, you have to make sutra. Take sutra. If your wife passed after the sutra, your prayer will not. But if you have no sutra and someone passed, you have to repeat your salah. Every what? No. if we are in the congregational prayer and the imam has sutra, then that is a sutra for everyone. Yes?
If the individual stands for the prayer, they keep a sutra, the place where he or she stands.
Anyone in front of her?
Yes.
If the person in front of you, because the sutra is an object that is raised above the ground in this, like the height of two spans. Two spans.
So, but I have read that if you keep a mat, whatever Musalla will have, if you have a line over there.
No. The hadith about the line is weak. Is weak hadith. The sutra has to be, and the Prophet ﷺ would always have the spear. And he would dig the spear in the ground and then pray towards the spear.